Today is January 24th, 2021. This is a presentation that I hope to do for the school board tomorrow, January 25th, before the meeting. With all of the things that are going on with the COVID and the limited people in the building and all that, there is a possibility that this would not happen. So at a bare minimum, I want to get this recorded so that it is available to the board members just as if I had said it in the meeting. In a perfect world, I will also be able to say this or go through this tomorrow in the meeting, in the board meeting, so that the general population can see it as well. Letter to the Bemidji School Board, January 25th, 2021. We have found another way. When the Bemidji school referendum failed to pass last November, the superintendent said there will need to be cuts. And everybody realized and understood that statement, but no one dreamt that the cut would be to totally gut our school without looking at other options. Like many other parents, it was only 6 days ago that we learned that the school district was looking at specific plans to completely restructure the school teaching and scheduling system as part of necessary budget cuts. Although the last 6 days have been stressful, there is a positive outcome in that the parents, students, and community have rallied together and now has a much better understanding that the 4-period semester schedule that the school district is proposing to cut is the very thing that makes our school so great for everyone. Tonight, the school board will hear from the superintendent and his staff with the goal for you to conclude that the cost-cutting changes they propose are the only viable ones and that there are no other ways to achieve the necessary budget adjustment. This is not true. There are other ways. I would ask the school board to do their own due diligence to make sure that the financial numbers and the options being presented by the superintendent take into account all aspects of the financial picture. I fear that the proposed savings may be exaggerated because the changes may not include all of the hidden costs that will surely arise once we begin to implement the proposed system changes in the short 6-month time frame. In other words, will we really save the money that has been promised? The teachers, through their union, have put forward an official memo to the Bemidji School Board acknowledging that there are needs for budget cuts as well as their willingness to do their part as faculty to help manage our way through this, but they are advocating to do so in a manner in the best interest of the students that retains the important 4-period block schedule for the next year as they look for and propose additional ways to make adjustments and make comprehensive plans for any required curriculum change if ultimately needed. I challenged the fact put forth that the current 4-period semester system is so much more expensive than the 6-period system because I've been informed as one example scenario that if you increase class size in the current system by an average of 3 students and also take into account that there is a large savings in book cost, then the cost between the two systems are very similar. And depending on some of the options, the current 4-semester block system that we currently use could actually be less expensive if the right changes are made. As an example, in this scenario, there would still need to be 7 teachers cut either way. So potentially the same number of teachers would be cut. There would be slightly higher class sizes, but we would still keep the 4-period system in place for the benefit of everyone while we look at long-term further solutions if needed. Changing to the 6-period year-long system does not have the potential to save any more money than making the necessary cuts to the current 4-period system. It will only create a significantly less effective education environment and upend the students, parents, and teachers. Furthermore, if we are forced to make changes to the 6-credit period in only 6 months, it will be riddled with issues that we can't even anticipate, and it will be nearly impossible to ever go back to the preferred 4-period day. Please, let's not make irreversible changes, as it will be better to make necessary cuts now that can be readily put back in place when we have corrected our financial standing. There has been much reflection by everyone as to why the referendum did not pass last November. We need to learn from this, and we need to do it better next time. Last November was a perfect storm working against us, as we all agree. But next time, I believe it will be a perfect storm working in our favor. One of the major points I believe we have learned is that most of the Bemidji community knows that we have a world-class school. But to my surprise, many did not know the specific reasons why. We need to make sure that this is changed moving forward so that everyone understands the important nuances of what makes our school work for everyone and how this system works. Some of the things we can do better include we can provide a one-item vote for the referendum rather than tagging our referendum vote onto the general election. This certainly saved us money instead of holding the election ourselves, but as we all learned, it did not work out so well. We can enlist the student body and other supporters to create first-class promotional videos, audio, and print that will get distributed in radio, internet, and television. We hope that the community can become intimately aware and involved and understand why this is so important to Bemidji, and also what the positive outcome for the community will be in the short, medium, and long term. I know our community is made up of good people that value education for the whole community's future, but I also know many of them are tired of not being vested and in control of what their taxes do. We as the school district need to do a better job at communicating with the community exactly how the portion of their taxes are to be used for Bemidji schools and the students. Moving forward, I believe with all my heart that the superintendent will have at his assistance the complete attention of all students, parents, and teachers to move forward in a consolidated effort to get us through this situation without gutting our system. The momentum, energy, and awareness that has been rallied in the last few days is incredible. We ask that the Bemidji School Board have the faith in us and help lead us to that end. Sincerely, Daniel Larson. Thank you.